Oh. Good morning, Virgo. Good morning. I am getting some readings done earlier today. I typically film in the afternoon, evening, but we are doing things a little different because I have a busy day. Excuse me. Woo! Welcome back. The rainbows, they'll come back through as the clouds dissipate, but this is part of why I don't typically read in the mornings, because the lighting. Oh, thank you. That's so much nicer. Anyway, good morning. Good morning. Grab your coffee. I need it. Welcome back. If you have been here before, welcome. If you are new, my name is Vanessa. I really like to give readings. And on this channel, you will find lots of card readings, tarot and oracle card readings. You will also find a few, I'm dabbling more into my, being an astrologer that reads like horoscopes for the general collective. So that's something that's new for me to be stepping into, but I am an astrologer and I've been studying astrology since I was a wee little one. And astrology has always been just a way for me to get to know myself on a deeper level, because I do not believe it's black or white, or I don't believe really in fatalism as much as I believe in free will and options. And they're just, I love astrology. So I read birth charts for people. That is my forte, I would say, and my biggest passion. And on this channel, although you'll see mostly card readings, there are actually more readings than card readings on this channel. They're all hidden and private because they are for my clients' natal, they're their own natal chart readings. And those, I'm not going to share those. So anyway, that's just a little to dumb hello. If you're new, I'm still waking up. So bear with me, get comfy. Again, if you need to grab some coffee as well, join me. If it's 5 o'clock somewhere and you have a cocktail that you want to drink, that's fine too. Just get comfy and cozy, because we'll be here for about 20 minutes or so in this reading. And this is for my Virgo, Sun, Moon, Venus, and rising signs. But if you've got Virgo and Mercury, or Mars, or Jupiter, or your North Node, or South Node, or stellium, whatever, or if you have lots of things placed in your 6th house in your birth chart, that is Virgo's house. So you would also have a Virgo signature in your chart. That's what I'm reading for. I'm also reading for crosswatchers. So if you don't have Virgo in your chart, or you just have a little bit here and there, but you're interested in a Virgo and you want to get a sense of what's going on for them, hi, you're welcome here too. Take what resonates, leave the rest behind. Again, especially for my Virgos watching, if this is not what's going on for you at this time, then this is not what's going on for you at this time. You will be the one to know that. Don't claim the reading if you don't like it, or if it, if it doesn't sound like it's what's going on for you, then it's not. Only take what resonates, leave the rest behind. There's probably more about my spiel, but we're just going to kind of hop into it and get in there. I'm in a really good mood. But also, currently, as I'm tuning into my Virgos that are watching, I'm sensing a bit of some cloudiness, not in a bad way. It's like a chill, relaxed way. But today is a Monday, and it is a new month. I typically take Mondays off as personal days. I call them moi days. You're welcome to use that if you also would like to make Mondays your own kind of personal moon day. But whether I said it or not, I've got a busy day today, and I'm getting ready to head out on a long road trip starting tomorrow. And I'll still be stopping and working and giving readings. But today's a get everything packed up and go day. So there's a lot to do, and I'm getting this sense of chill. I was feeling a little disoriented, but not in a bad way, like I said. It was just like really like, there's a lot swirling around in the thoughts, and it's not all bad. Definitely lots of trust in universal flow. So if that's part of what you're feeling right now, or what's going on for you, there's way too many cards, then hey, that's part of how I read. I pick up on whatever mood I'm kind of in while I'm reading. It's definitely not always just mine. And I'm going to pull 3 cards from the Sacred Traveler deck. I love it! Navigating by the stars. Follow your bliss. So yeah, it's like chill. It's like, kind of clear clouds, stars, getting a little out there, but it's like calm disorienting. It's like you're turning a little bit, instead of being the typical Virgo, organization and routine and structure, the opposite of Virgo is Pisces, and Pisces is not structure or organization. It's very ethereal, it's very floaty, it's very, let me kind of escape out of this 3D structure for a bit, or forever. Got a lot of Pisces in my chart. And we're in Pisces season, and we just had the Virgo full moon. So if you've been releasing some of those, like, that need to know how things are going to unfold, that's what I'm picking up on right now. We'll see what else comes out. So we got Navigating by the Stars. Beautiful card. It is kind of like the moon card in this deck. Bit of the moon and star card. You're going your own way too. Going in a new direction. What else? What else for the Virgos that are watching? Thank you for letting this message be clear and understandable, and of the most service to those that are tuning in. Da, 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 da. This deck is just so beautiful. I must have it upside down. I do. So we have stepping into power and grounding. Okay. All right. So that loftiness, that floatiness, well, hopefully I can provide a bit more grounding energy. But also, like, if you're just sitting on a couch drinking some coffee and waking up like I am, enjoy the floaty vibes. You're safe. If you're stepping into power, you're strong beyond measure, becoming a leader, and then also going deep and exploring your roots. That's a lot. That's a lot of different things. It's a lot of different energies going on, and that makes sense also. And we do have that Grace and Gratitude card popping up again, which has come up on the bottom of the deck in the Taurus reading and in the Leo reading, right? I think in the Leo reading that I just did. One more card, please. One more card. What are my Virgos stepping into? I mean, you've stepped into your power. You've stepped into more understanding of your intuition, and you're learning how to ground it into yourself. You're learning also, there are also some of the Leo messages in the Leo reading, like really taking a lot of new information that you've been absorbing, you've been observing, and you're learning how to get it as experiential knowledge in your being. Sometimes, the bangs, whatever, they do what they want. Man, I'm really getting this sense of a lot of surrender and peace in it. This newfound, like, enjoyment of not having to follow. Maybe you're taking a day off today. Maybe you're like, I'm taking today for myself. Good for you. I love doing that on Mondays. The whole rest of the energy of the collective is like, or used to be, 2020 helped to shift things quite a bit. But it used to really be like, Mondays, go back to work. Everyone's like, oh, I hate Mondays. And a few years ago, a bee? maybe you're working from home today and doing your own thing. I never see a bee fly out of this window, and that is telling me that spring is coming, and so many cards flew out, so I'm not taking them. So the way that I read, if you are new, I'm using cards as a tool, right, to connect to universal flow and universal mind. And I also take in how I'm feeling. That's a part of the message. Any visions that I get, any songs that I might start singing, which happens frequently-ish. But also what happens in my environment. If I see certain animals, the view that I have here is an incredible tree line. And I can see a little bit of land, but not really. So mostly from this window, I see winged animals and birds and such. And I have not seen a bee. And bees are all about working, but like working together for the greater good, right? They're very self-sufficient, but they're very, very connected to one another in work and mission, which is a lot of that Virgo 6th house vibe. But you're like kind of flying right now. You're opening up to a new world. It's springtime almost. So you're learning how to like really put this knowledge and power that you're stepping into. It's like you've teamed up with the universe. Cool. One more card, please. One more card. Two of the cards that really caught my eye that fell out were Voyage of the Heart, which is really just a beautiful, this deck is so beautiful. The Sacred Traveler deck by Denise Lynn, so beautiful. It's really awesome too if you're going through literally a journey, like a road trip, or you're traveling. It's a wonderful deck to take with you when you're literally traveling, but it's also fabulous as you're going through this spiritual journey, which I am here to help you with. I'm all about empowerment, encouragement, self-sovereignty, all of that. And so I saw also the view from above, which is like a princess in a hot air balloon looking down at the world. And that would match with that bee. You're kind of on your own. You're floating right now. You're still working, but it's chill. There's no like structure. There are rules. There are universal laws to abide by. But you have this new sense of freedom. Virgo, man, what did you do at the full moon? You released some tendencies and old habits that just were not allowing you to really step into your power in this new world that we're in now. 2020 helped shift a lot. I know some people are like, I want it to go back to normal, but the normal, that wasn't working. Especially for those of us who are very, very spiritual. And again, it looks like you're moving into that if you've not already been. There we go. Okay, ooh, distant thunder. Interesting. Wandering path. Enjoy the journey. You are. Look at this card though, distant thunder. That's interesting too. Clear the air. Okay, well, it'll start to make more sense as we go. I'm switching over to my Rider-Waite deck now. I really need some chapstick. It's so floaty. It's kind of like I'm high right now. Like I smoked a joint, which I used to do a lot, and I don't anymore. And no judgment. It just wasn't allowing me to expand in the ways that I'm now ready to expand into. And Spirit's been telling me for years that as I get really clear and like substance free, alcohol free, all of that, this is my own personal journey. Not telling you what to do, not judging you. If you got a doobie with you right now, enjoy that. I'm feeling it. I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying this. Like, this is fun. You're having fun. Is this going to be 20 minutes? We'll see. Who's that? Some bird. The most beautiful birds up here. I am currently at the Pacific Northwest. I am in Washington State, and I'm looking at, I'll have to take a picture and show you guys this incredible tree line. I'm going to do it right now. Dun, 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 dun. Boop, doo, doo, doo. share that with you guys so you can see what this looks like. But it's really lovely, and there are so many birds. So many birds. And I do not recognize the bird that just flew by. You're on an exploration. What is up with this clear the air card? Oh, I just saw the Four of Cups, moving away from things that have not been satisfying. And again, you know, that can, as you are going on this new journey, the spiritual understanding where you're leading the way, you're leading yourself, you're navigating by the stars. It's lots of nighttime travel or dream travel, astral travel. You might be picking up on a lot of new information through your dream space. And you're literally grounding it into yourself, into your experience. And that was kind of like the bird that just flew by. It looked kind of like that. I don't recognize it. So as you're doing all of this, well, as you change, those that are not ready to move forward, you know, those in your life that you care about, if you start to change, sometimes that can activate conflict with others. It can just, even if you don't even talk about what you're going through, but you start to do things in a different way, or not really talk about the same old yada da that you used to talk about with whoever. Some of this Taurus, the Taurus reading is popping out similar messages if you have Taurus in your chart. As you move forward, as you allow this old version of yourself to be released, which came out sideways, which I'll get into in a second, sometimes that can activate the ego in others, and it can be a bit threatening, and people don't want you to change, because then what does that mean for them? It activates abandonment issues, it activates triggers, which is also a blessing in disguise that you're doing that, because it's a ripple effect. As you transform and you evolve and you literally expand into this more wise, intuitive leader, you have to allow, you're going through an ego death, and you're like totally cool with it and aware with it, and at times can be triggering even for yourself, right? I mean, it just is. This journey is all about us getting deeper within to find our gifts, and also look at a lot of shit. And it's about us being able to expand out and to connect with universal flow, with universal mind. So you're literally going through an ego death. So when cards are like this, so we have it, you know, we have meanings this way. I do take reversals with my tarot decks. And we have this way, right? And there are two different meanings there. Well, for me as a reader, when I get the card sideways like this, it is a neutral observer mode. You're very, very aware of what the energy is. So with the Ten of Swords, it's definitely an old identity dying away. You're releasing, you've learned a lot, you've identified with certain things, and you have knowledge about who you are, and now all of that is shifting. And so that is an ego death. That is a death of the old identity, so that you can be reborn. And in this current moment, you are stepping into this Page of Wands. This is cool. Ooh, it's almost the same type of, I mean, it's not the same type of wand as the Page of Wands, but look at the curl to the lantern and to the walking stick. It's a bit Sith-like, which is a part of the Virgo energy, right? The wheat, cutting the wheat, the harvesting. And the Page of Wands here is heading out on this new journey. There's a lot of book smarts, knowledge that you've been acquiring, and the pages are now taking that book smarts, if you will, and going out into the world to learn through experience. So they're not very wise yet in what they're going out to explore, but they have enough understanding and wisdom already to know that they're heading out on a journey. And there's inspiration here. There's a lot of inspiration here. I mean, that would be 3 of Wands. So like, what is the manifestation that you're calling in? What is the vision that you have for yourself? And if you are already seeing that this is going to cause some conflict with some people, well, it will. And that's okay, right? You can get all ruffled about it, but you're not. It's kind of just like you're preparing yourself. You're grounding into your strength. You're really, really grounding this new wisdom, this intuition, and this strength into yourself so that when you do come, across with others who are like, you're changing. You can be solid in the love and the wisdom that you've already attained and continue to move forward through any difficulties. And not only heal yourself, but again, it's a ripple effect. It's a ripple effect. It's a ripple effect. You're taking all of this star card knowledge, and you're literally putting it into yourself, very vulnerable here, and into the earth, and into the collective consciousness. Collective consciousness. Yeah, that's the phrase, right? And you know that it's going to be might cause some friction here. But what happens after the storm? We get rainbows. Are my rainbows going to come back out? If you have Leo in your chart, check out the Leo video. Lots of rainbows happening in there. But there's a lot of healing coming in for you, and hope and wisdom. And, that star card is Aquarius energy, which is very forward thinking. There's also one of my own personal symbols with Aquarius is the lightning bolt. Genius, brilliant ideas that come in a flash. Uranus is the ruler of Aquarius. It's the modern day ruler. And Uranus is all about not only natural disasters, does it rule, but also genius ideas, brilliant, quick shifts. 20 minutes. Virgo, what are you doing to me? I'm enjoying it. All right, what's the advice for my Virgos here? Let's help re-ground our energy, please. I gave a personal reading for a Virgo yesterday and ended up holding on to all these pieces of tiger eye. It's actually tiger iron, which is really rad if you can find some tiger iron. I don't have any pockets, but I'm going to put it right over my heart there. Help me ground a bit. So the advice is for you to not, to no longer be like going back and forth in your mind, but allowing. At times you might be tempted to question yourself and what you're doing, especially if you're not quite grounded enough yet into this and you come across with others who are questioning you or making you feel like guilty or shamed because they think you're moving on from them. With some people you quite literally most likely are. So doing it gracefully, grace and gratitude. What's on the bottom there? Wandering path. You're on this whole new journey right now. It's leading towards a lot of healing, a lot of brilliant ideas, intuitive hits. And so with the 2 of Swords there, it's okay if you kind of want to put up some boundaries or blocks against those people who want to tell you who you should be. That card's never really spoke to me that way before, but I'm taking it. Okay? What's going on in the external environment for my Virgos that are watching? My Virgos who are taking on all this Aquarius energy. Aquarius season was big for you. What, this past month and a half or so? If you've really been going through personal transformations, it's also incredibly inspiring. So inspiring. Okay. Yeah. So other people might not enjoy that you are allowing your ego to die, right? I'm taking this is part of what you've been going through with this whole Ten of Swords business. And so also what you're protecting yourself from is anyone who is not quite awake yet to this new time frame, this new spiritual era, this new earth that we're moving into. So for others, there are people out there that desperately need this healing. And if it's not time for that for them yet, right? Like, you don't have to go around, because now you're awake, you don't have to go around waking everyone else up. Doesn't go well. Does not go well. That can cause ruffles. So if you're wanting to like defend yourself by telling people, well, this is who I am now, and I know this and that and the other, it won't come across super well. So to stay in that grace and gratitude, stay in that Page of Wands where you're going out and exploring. You don't have to tell people about this, but you can definitely send really loving intentions into the collective consciousness. And you can visualize, instead of visualizing certain conflicts being inevitable and like the fight or whatever this might be that looks a bit daunting coming into the future, you can instead just know that, yeah, there might be some people that don't want you to change, because what does it mean for them? And you can visualize them finding beauty and blessings and soul evolution in whatever way. Like, you don't have to dictate how in your visions or your prayers or your blessings or your gratitude journal, right? Like, you can manifest this Three of Wands. You have a bit of foresight right now, and so part of your lesson is making sure that you're visualizing what you want to see, not visualizing what your ego is telling you is going to happen, because it's all about survival and it wants you to stay the same so that you're safe, right? When you go through an ego death, the ego literally freaks out. It's like, no, don't kill me off. So part of what you're going through too is learning how to manifest what you want. I am also going to talk about Dr. Joe then. Dr. Joe Dispenza. Check out his work, Becoming Supernatural. That could be a really awesome book for you to read and or listen to on audiobooks. I'm a big fan of Scribed. It's an app similar to Audible, except for that when you pay for it each month, you just have access to the whole library. You don't just purchase, you don't get 2 books each month and then that's your library. However Audible works, I don't really do it too much. I am inscribed a lot, and I listened to Becoming Supernatural, I believe, inscribed 3 times, and I've been meaning to re-listen to it again. So check it out. Because this is what you're going for here, right? And that's also what there's a bit of a fear in, maybe imposter syndrome. There's this whole fear of criticism thing coming up. You knowing that you are soaring, flying high. There's an airplane flying by very smoothly, but like people are gonna see you flying in this new way, like things working so smoothly for you and you're up so high, and like, how did you do that? And the ones that really resonate with you are going to come and cheer you on, and that's how you know that they're your people that you can talk to about this whole internal transformation that you're going into, and you're learning a lot right now. All right, we have King of Wands sideways. So again, this is you following inspired action, right? Page of Wands, this is what you're moving into here. You're coming into, they end up the way that I see it on my table is they face each other, right? So you're seeing a future version of yourself. And when the King of Wands is in reverse, there can be either like this feeling of snuffed out, like burnt out, apathetic, fatigue, or frustration, anger, coming out at people. So when it's sideways here, I see that you're on a journey towards really mastering this new inspired spiritual understanding that you have of yourself, of your strength, stepping into your power. You're really turning into a leader. This is what you are already becoming by doing this. By going out and following your new found inspiration, you're also literally, you are this leader. You already have people that are seeing you and that are following your lead. That's how you're going to know that you don't have to put up such strong blocks or defenses against everyone, or try and fight for what you're turning into. No. If you try and fight for whatever you're turning into, you're going to manifest more of a fight type energy. But if you just step into this new power that you have, which you are, there's a ripple effect that people that resonate and that are also transforming and are looking for this light that you're shining, they're just going to follow. They're going to be inspired and cheer you on. And, you know, you're the one up here on the horse. You're the one in the hot air balloon. You're the one up in the high window as the princess looking and seeing the big picture. Lots of foresight coming in. So make sure that you're really making your mindset work here. Mindset work here. Make sure that you are seeing what you want to see and not seeing what the ego wants you to see, like this is going to be bad, people aren't going to like this, because then you're going to manifest that for yourself and it's just going to take you take more energy from you, or fire you up in a way that could be a bit more detrimental, right? That anger energy. So you're moving into this king or queen vibe. And again, you're being really, really aware of it and you're being an observer. So you're not so much getting activated in any way about it as much as you're just really, really self-aware and grounding what works in for you. This is a long reading. It sounds like we needed it, Virgo. It's a bit disorienting. Everything that you're learning, everything you're trying to do for yourself, you might need to be sleeping more and drinking more water. I've been getting a lot of 9-hour of sleep nights the past few weeks and even months, because I started getting that message over the past year that sleep was going to be incredibly important for me as I evolve. And sleep is how we restore ourselves in many ways. Okay, so yes, you're going through an awakening. You are still waking up, and there are others who are still asleep, and it's not your job to go and shake them awake too. It's your job to just take your torch and get out there. And those that are wanting to, that are very inspired by you, they will be drawn to you. And what you are moving into is this, which is literally this. It's just all about you observing right now, you visualizing that 10 of Pentacles, you visualizing that outcome that you want, not the one that the ego says, uh-oh. And watching for the signs and synchronicities of it becoming a reality, so that you know, I think staying neutral is a really great way to manifest. You do want to create things with a vision and an elevated emotion to get there. But sometimes even when we start manifesting, we can get really, really excited and it gets like, wow, I did this. And then that can activate part of the ego too. Like, whoa, if I did this, I can lose this. Whoa. No. You just need to continue to observe what you're doing, continue to follow your inspiration, continue to ground, rest, drink a lot of water, make sure you're doing whatever you need to do so that you can heal, because as you do that, you inspire others and you inspire their healing and you inspire their awakening at the right time for them to wake up. You're not that noisy alarm going off. And people, when I wake up with that kind of alarm, I'm not in a good mood. I like to wake up naturally. Okay, Virgo? Cool reading. congrats. It's awesome. Keep following your intuition, your bright ideas, and see what you want to see so you can manifest what the outcome is that you want to manifest. And don't be afraid of it. Nah. Becoming Supernatural. Be a great book for you. Anyway, this is long. I'm going. Blessings to you. I hope this was helpful, and I will see you guys in the next video. Okay, bye.